Alrighty guys, so in this video, I'm just going to go within the steps and process of replacing your thermal paste on your laptop. Now it's a quick and easy video, nothing too heavy, and it's going to be a fun one, so here we go. First off, rubbing alcohol, 96% is what I recommend. Paper towel or lint-free cloth, Q-tips, and a screwdriver with proper bits. I will be using the Noctua NTH1 thermal paste in this because it's a great paste. First, you want to make sure to remove your power cable. The second step we want to do is make sure also to remove your battery. You do not want any electricity coming to the board. Now this is a Clevo W370SS, and the way you remove the battery is by flipping this little switch here, which unlocks it, and then the second switch, which is a spring release, and that releases the battery. There we go. Now locate the screws to remove this panel. You know, every laptop is different, but make sure you find those, remove it, and you will see your components. Ooh. Now that's my CPU, and that's what we'll be working with. And this little guide tells you exactly what to look at, and there's my GPU as well. Now we're just going to go ahead and follow the guide to unscrew them, and screw them in that pattern that you see. And do the same for the GPU. You should have numbered screw bits. Well, we'll tell you, like in mine, 5, 6, and 7. So make sure to remove it in that order. And in this case, I will be also remove my fan so I can clean it out. And in this case, it isn't dusty because I do make sure to do this every few months, every time I use the laptop. And these little tools are great to have. Little grabby bits. Grabby. With that done and out of the way, we can remove the heatsink heat pipe unit, which is in modern laptops. And here it is. And there is my heatsink unit with the plate for the CPU, the GPU, and the heat pipe fins, which I want to make mention, when you have this out, do dust this out as well. As you can see here, there shouldn't be any debris. My fins are a little dented, but that's as it was from the factory. Oh, boo-hoo. But yeah, make sure to clean this all out. Now do the same for your laptop fan. I'm going to keep telling you, clean that sucker out. It gets dusty. And as you can see, the crap OEM job, but it's a little bit better than I've seen. I've seen worse on Dells and HPs, to be honest. But we're going to be cleaning this crap off. We're going to get it out of there. With that in mind, first we want to start with the CPU removal and the GPU removal. This is a straightforward process, you can see. Just make sure you get all the gunk and paste off, and this one was really gunked on there. It's nice solid paste, but as you can see, I didn't remove all of it, but it's not going to make a big damn difference because it wasn't on the chip itself. And the GPU had this nasty stick of gunk on the side, but I thought to myself, that shouldn't affect it thermally, and I don't think it is, but I might go back and clean this up. The purpose of this video was to show you guys how to remove this paste and, you know, upgrade the paste that might be on your laptop. Next up, we're also going to remove the thermal paste from the heat sinks. Now, it's not going to look perfect because the copper itself is a mess. Next up, we're going to apply the thermal paste itself in a pea-sized fashion. These look massive in this because, well, I'm zoomed way the hell in, and I think I did a decent job, except that. That just looked like crap, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to make sure to apply the heatsink unit back on properly and give it a little push towards the end just so to smear it out a little bit, but not too much, just a tap. And now we're going to screw back the heatsink and GPU back on, first starting in reverse order from what I unscrewed. So the GPU first, then the CPU, as that's the load bearing order on my laptop. again, when you're screwing down your CPU heatsink again, tighten little by little, not too much at a time. As you can see, I went a little bit crazy in some spots, but whatever. But you guys, take care and caution how you do this. You don't want to ruin a perfectly good laptop by cracking the CPU die. As you see, there's no lid on there. And screw it until it's finger tight, no more. As you can see, I'm just checking, making sure, and showing you guys finger tight. That's it. Don't go coke on this thing. Also, make sure to screw back down your fan unit. And as I said, the little grabby bit is awesome because some of these screws are not capable of being magnetized. Next up, make sure there's no cables that are going to snag or get in the way. Everything is sitting happy. Replace the plate back on, put the screws back in, screw it down. Good to go. Now put that battery back in. Now it's time to boot up. Alrighty then, so as you saw, it's a pretty easy process once you understand what to do, found the manual for your laptop to figure out how to take it apart, which not every laptop is as easy as, say, some of these Clevos are, which stupid easy to take apart and fix what you need to fix. Now just watch out with, of course, screws and all that nonsense, because you could strip them, or, just watch what you're doing, take it easy, take it step by step, make sure you exactly know what you're doing. And as you saw, I did do a bit of a poor job with that first blob of paste, but as you know, that's a tiny, teeny, tiny thing, and I was doing that behind the camera, and it was just a little bit awkward to do, but I did it, I done it, it's done. Now the temps, well, it's odd to say the idle temps are lower now than they were before, but my load temps right now are a little bit higher, but I believe that's because the paste hasn't stabilized all the way yet. But it's just strange to see because the laptop feels cooler, even the GPU itself and the CPU touching it with my thumb, which is a stupid thing. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that at home. They feel marginally cooler, and the whole area around it is a lot cooler, which says something that the paste is actually doing what it's supposed to, because the heat is being expelled faster and being transferred faster and more efficiently to that heat pipe, and I'm actually quite happy with that. Now, I probably will see the temps lower after it's been sitting for a week, but I just felt like getting this video out there to show that this is something you could do. Say you have an old laptop for a few years, its temps are going wonky and crazy. Well, this is exactly what you can do. Make sure you do exactly what I said earlier and do dust out that fan in there. And if you have a unit like I do with the fins exposed, make sure you blow some good compressed air through that, because you want to get rid of all that dust, because if you don't, you're all for naught. You just wasted your whole day. Now, if you want to see more videos, click that subscribe button down there, because I'll be talking about other builds, other how-tos, replace caps, replace things, fix things, make builds, do things, and do things on a budget. Like this camera sitting on a duct tape tripod, which I should be ashamed. Alrighty, take care.